Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of StoryMirror Podcast. Today, we have a very special guest with us, Ms. Shradha Kala, and we have her book, She Working in Many Ways. We'll be getting to know about the book and how her journey in writing has been. Hello, ma'am. It's a pleasure to have you.
Hi, thank you so
So,
much.
just I wanted to begin with that, how do you define yourself as Shradha Kala now and Shradha Kala 10 years back?
Okay, so yeah, again, thank you so much for having me here. I think there has been a great evolution if I see myself 10 years back. The reason is that it has everything has grown a lot with more experiences, a lot of maturity over time based on all the different conditions. So, a lot of different relations, a lot of different things and experiences have added to it. So, 10 years ago, I would say that we had our own kind of things and the dreams and everything. But then when we try to convert them into reality, we see that what are the real obstacles and how are we able to manage those things. So actually that molds us, that changes our perspective as well. That helps us to become more mature and understand life better. So yeah, I think I'm still in the learning phase right now. But yes, definitely I have gained a lot more experiences now.
Okay. So, coming to your professional journey, um, what is that one thing that I would say you wished you wanted to do, and now you're actually doing it in terms of professional?
Um, I think one thing that I'm doing now is ignoring all the noise around and just focusing on what I want to do also. And yeah, I think that is the most important thing. That whatever things keep coming up, so just trying to ignore those and also making sure that there's a balance between everything and managing the whole thing. So yeah.
Correct. So, if I just look at the book, She Working in Many Ways, the title only itself says so many things that I can think that will be in the book related to a woman. So, how did this topic come? And how did you think of getting it onto the paper in form of a book?
So, yeah, initially I did not plan to have a book. There were a lot of different experiences that I've seen because I have been working with a lot of different people, living with a lot of different female members, a lot of different people. So, I could see that they all had different experiences, and that made me to learn about them. I wanted to know more about them. So, that was my initial point that why is this happening? Even I could see that 10 years ago or 15 years ago, life was very different. The whole society was very different.
Right.
So earlier, we have seen our mothers or our grandmothers, they were living very differently. But suddenly, I think from our generations, we are giving more freedom and a lot of things, perspectives were starting to change.
Mm.
So when we also started, like when I started growing up, and then I could understand that, yeah, I have more freedom. I have given chance to study. I have given chance to work. A lot of things are there. But again, when you grow up and you get married, there are somewhere kind of same expectations around everyone. Like what was done in the past, you should also do the same. But I think with us and with the future generations, these things are changing. So that made me to think that is something wrong or is something right? So is the past generation wrong or are we wrong? So that made me to think more, dig deeper about it. So if you also see in this book, what I have tried to capture is there are so many different characters, all related to women, and this book is not just about the different characters, but this book is about why are those people or those women like this. So just digging more about the whys. So this is more about that. So there are different characters, but why are they like this?
Mm.
Is there a reason? If she's a housewife, if she likes it to be like that, why does she like it?
Right.
Or if she's a working person, why does she like it? And if the grandmother or the mother, if they insist, no, you should not do like this, then why is that? Because they also have a story. So everyone has a story, is what I could understand. That nobody is wrong in any ways, but yes, they have a lot of history and story and a whole rich experience behind everyone. So that made me
Right.
to think through it and then understand that yeah, they had different experiences which should be captured somewhere, and so I came across it. Yeah.
So, coming taking a point from your answer that women have got freedom, but how is this freedom, like, defined? Because still there are like responsibilities which women have, they had earlier as well, but now I think it's double, because they have their workplace responsibilities, they have their household responsibilities, and if I talk about family, then they have kids, they have husbands, they have relatives, all in-laws, all of them to manage. So I want to know your perspective, that how do you define freedom in terms of that?
Yeah. So I would also want to add freedom for men here.
Hmm.
I think for men it's a linear path always. Like you grow up and then you have to work is what is expected from them,
Correct.
and rest all is kind of even if you look into it or not look into it, it's fine. That's kind of easy. But for women, especially in today's world, when they grow up, so it is kind of expected that you will have to manage the house. Secondly, you will have to do something for yourself. Then you will have to see the kids also. If you have kids, you will have to also look after the family. If there are anything, you should be ready to sacrifice. Then, yes, look wise, you should be presentable, kind of, you know. So it's not just a linear path for women. So that defines freedom very differently for women. Like they have to really balance a lot of things. So that actually changes for both of them. And however, with time, what I have seen is that since women are also changing, they're also trying to balance it. Men's life is also getting affected, and their freedom is also getting impacted now. Because earlier it was very straight that I'm going to work outside, but she's going to be at home. So, but
Correct.
now since she's also stepping out, she's also working a lot. Somewhere men's freedom is also impacted, and now they're also ready to adjust. And not just men, I think the whole family is ready to adjust. So it's a kind of shift in the overall thing in this overall society.
Yes.
So yeah, I think the whole definition is slowly starting to change.
And I think that shift is on a very good side, on a very
Hmm.
positive side. And I think that is one of the major reason is because um, education.
Yes.
Earlier, I think girls weren't educated. ठीक है मतलब 10वीं तक हुआ and then okay, you don't need to get education because you're gonna get married, and it was only guys. Now women are learned, I think, more. If I see the stats, girls and women are like more learned compared to boys, so that is also one of the reason of them working more. So yeah, and I was just reading in your book there are 6 to 7 characters, each different. One wants to become a baker, one is a corporate workaholic. So how do you know, how did these characters come? Were they inspired from your real life observations, or how was it?
Yeah, so they are inspired by from the society.
Mm.
Whatever we see in the society, there are so many different women, and they're all being really great in their own aspects and fields. Like running a house is not a small thing, and leaving your dreams behind and then working for it is not small. Then also trying to manage and work equally with men or all the team members in corporate is also not easy, or in any workplace is not easy. So that actually gave the chance to look into it. But apart from that, there are some women who are social influencers and who are just working from home, like having a bakery or having a small thing. So that's also not easy for anyone because they are also trying to do what they want to do. Still, they are trying to manage their lives, their family. So I think it should be celebrated in some way or the other that despite of anything they're trying to do, they're trying to whatever the chance that life has given them how to manage the family, but still they're trying to do a lot of things. So somewhere we should not see anyone as low or as high. That, oh, she is working outside, so she is doing more, and she is working from home, or she is having a small bakery or small any unit, so she is less. So I think because their conditions are very different, the family circumstances and all the things really differ a lot. So that should be considered, and then yeah, I think some women might not even like to work, but then they would like to take care of their families. So it's very important to celebrate each aspect of women. I think we see so many colors in women's life, so many different aspects, but I hardly see anything in any men's life that true. You know, we just see their straightforward life. So yeah.
Correct. And I think I had heard from somewhere the statement that the most toughest job in this entire world is the job of a mother, and it's unpaid. And it's so underrated, it's taken so much for granted. Now women are a mother as well as they're working. So I think that is a different, probably very very strong aspect, I would say. What do you think on that?
I think when a woman becomes a mother, she
Hmm.
becomes really strong in everything. I
Yes.
don't know how that happens, it's a natural thing, but somewhere she also gets the strength to work for the kid and to work for herself somewhere. So I think obviously being a mother is not easy.
Right.
It's kind of, even today it is considered that it is mainly mom's job or wife's job to look after the kids, especially during the initial years.
Hmm.
So definitely our responsibilities add a lot, increase a lot, and but somewhere it is also seen that women today they're trying to balance it all. That yes, they are a mother, but then they have to take care of their dreams as well,
Hmm.
and they are a mother, but they have to take care of their house and other priorities as well. But yes, it is really difficult because it's not easy to leave the kid at home and then go back to work, or it is not easy to especially leave the kid with a maid, a full-time maid, or someone you don't even know, and then to do that. So I think somewhere the whole family needs to be really supportive, and the whole family needs to emerge for these growing roles and for these changing things. Because if we are trying to expect from the women that they have to work
Hmm.
in office, or they have to also add to their family aspects in these things, I think we still need some room for more improvement and more space. That she should be able to manage the child better rather than leaving
Yes.
it on a full time maid or somebody totally strange, a stranger person, or you don't know that. So yeah, I think she needs more support from the rural families. What I think, I believe in today's scenario, and it's very difficult to choose between dreams and then having a newborn child. So, but yeah, I think they somehow they become very tough and strong. That they have to manage their emotions, they have to manage their career as well. But family can play a very strong role in that.
Absolutely. And I think when you spoke about emotions right now, I feel emotions would be very very vulnerable because you have a certain kind of environment at your home, and when you move to your workplace the environment changes. We've also heard about a lot of workplace harassments for women. There is no equality in terms of pay scale, or many a times I wouldn't say abuse, but there is certain kind of behavior which women have to face. So relating to my previous question, that how do you think that whatever women are doing, working in many ways, is it going in the right direction? The kind of freedom that they are getting, is it in the right direction? Is it positive, or is there any other aspect to it?
So I think definitely the kind of freedom, the kind of opportunities that women today are getting, it is great, and they are trying to fulfill their dreams as well. But certainly, there's a overall change in the generations that we see, and somewhere this freedom and all the direction that we are having, it should be guided more, because we also have to balance a society and create a family, and also have to make sure that we are aligned with the culture or with the traditions in some way or the other. The reason is that some with the coming generations that we see, not just with girls or but also with the boys and the Gen Z and the kind of things that we see right now, the impact of social media, impact of a lot of things, and the freedom can also be confused in a lot of different ways, such as I want to do it my way, for everything, and I'm not bothered about family, I'm not bothered about anything. So we also have to make sure that the freedom that we are trying to, cultivate among the society, it should be healthy, and it should be where everyone should be able to grow with each other, especially the changes that are happening, where women should also be able to see that yes, I have got this power, I should use it productively, I should not use it just for my sake, and I am ready to make a lot of changes. but how can it be impactful for others as well in a much better way? So I think that can lead to a much better change. And I think that just does not apply to women, that applies to everyone, even to men, that whatever power that we have got, we can use it in a very positive way. So that will be more helpful. So the coming generations that we have, we can see that yeah, they are living on their own terms. They have their own ways of working. They are far more logical than us. And kids that we see today, they know a lot of things. When we were young, we didn't know about a lot of things. So we have to make sure that they are using it in the right direction, rather than, oh, I don't believe in relations, I don't believe in this. Even if you have problems, it's your thing. Otherwise, I think it might create some gaps in the society in the coming times. So yeah, I think they should be aware about how they can use it more constructively.
Right. I think I agree to that. That freedom or in kind of any opportunity given to you has to be used in a very positive way rather than being misused kind of thing. And
I think also I want to add here that today's society and the generation, they are driven a lot by materialism.
yes,
I have also mentioned few things about
right.
this, that somewhere we see success only as materialism. Like whoever is more has more, materialistic aspects or assets, they are considered as more successful and powerful. But originally, if you see that there are a lot of things that also add. Are they really happy about it? Are they really, achieving what they wanted to do? Because what happens, this materialism might be very different in terms of women. Not all the women are given the chance to work outside and work equally to men. So there are a lot of women who are actually earning really well.
Yes,
So they might be given more respect because they're earning, and then it might be expected that, oh, you are just a housewife, so you will have to bear whatever we are trying to do. And those who are earning more, so they might be given more respect that, oh, she earns money, so she has to
right.
be, do that. So I think somewhere that becomes very unequal how you are trying to do. But today's society is like this, a lot of things are driven by materialism. So yeah, that aspect, I don't know how that could be done, but yeah, that aspect is very important to be considered, especially in the family.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, that is one thing.
So, coming to emotions, as you said, there are a lot many emotions mentioned in your book through different characters. So, if you could just, tell us about each of it and how emotions are woven into that story.
Yeah. So I wanted to capture a lot of different emotions, whatever happens in our lives, from through the lens of all these different characters here. So if you see, one of the characters that I have here is that she had to struggle a lot in her life, and she was a single person. She had to struggle a lot in her life. That is one of the characters, and at the end, that made her to change. She changed her own self. She took care of her own family, and I just try to mention about what she's going through. And then finally, when she comes to a milestone, she is thankful for all the pains that has been given. So she said that thanks to all the pain that I got, that made me look into a different perspective, and that made me change. So yeah, I think it's very important that all the things that you go through, you take it very productively and positively, so that will be helpful for you. And there are a lot of different emotions that when the woman is working, the kind of stress that they face is very different. When they have a kid, the kind of stress that they have, it's a lot of emotional stress. They have love, they have care, but they don't have the time for that. So it's kind of a guilt that they also develop when they become a mom, and that for not just 1 or 2 months, but for a long time, they have to live with that guilt that I'm not able to give that time to my kid. So again, the emotions change a lot during that point as well. So I thought it's very important to capture, but somewhere also important to see that this is not just her thing or her mistake, or she needs more balance in that. So I just try to capture that kind of emotion as well. That how does everything change for her if she's working, or if she's not able to work during that time? It also changes her emotions.
Right.
So yeah, and I think The emotions with the housewife is completely different. We have seen a lot of things which are driven by insecurity and jealousy. Because somewhere, if you're not materialistically that successful or not successful from society's point of view, then you become more insecure, and that happens with a lot of women when they feel that they are low in some way or the other compared to what their family feels, what their husband feels. Somewhere they feel very insecure. Maybe they don't talk about it, but that becomes a point of insecurity. Unknowingly, they also feel competitive or jealous with others. So I think that was one of my aims, that even if somebody is competitive or jealous, maybe there is a reason behind it, that they are under those conditions that they were feeling very insecure. They could not change their conditions. Like someone is a housewife, she could not change it. But yes, she was feeling insecure from the person who is work earning well or is a CEO or someone. So those kind of things happen among, these are all the emotions that some subconsciously, unconsciously, they are built up around women.
Correct.
But I think that again, these are woven so much around women's life, because I think in men's life it is not impacted so much that I have seen, at least in today's society. Maybe they are driven more by materialism, but here we are driven more by how much is she earning? Is she really earning? Am I earning or not? Even that is a point of discussion in today's society. So I just try to capture a lot of different emotions. And one of the things is that insecurity is a very big emotion, even if we consider it or not, even in men, because that drives a lot of things. What the kind of car that we buy, the kind of house that we live in, all the kind of decisions that we take. So competition and insecurity, comes in someone's mind. Maybe with the family, maybe with friends, or with unknowingly that drives us.
Right.
So it's very important to, if you really want to be happy, how do you really grow above it or get more mature above it? To not consider these aspects after a certain point, that yeah, also need to focus on myself, and I just cannot be happy just by looking at others. And I think in women's life it becomes very important that no, I need to take care of my baby. I'm very happy. Or no, I need to focus on the work. Let it be what others are thinking of. So I think that's very important, to not think about what others are thinking and not feel insecure about anything, and really focus on what you want. So it also makes them strong, but it also helps them to come out of all the insecurities and just focus on their lives for a while. So yeah, so that is the kind of emotion I wanted to also capture through this.
So when we talk about that, I think marriage is one of the biggest aspect in a woman's life. And these days we see that, like boys are that they will give their 50-50, that they have a deal that, 50% of the responsibilities are taken by the boy and 50% is taken by the girl. But I think it is never 50-50 probably. It's just in the saying it is 50-50, but it's I don't think it's that. So what do you think on that? I think because the responsibilities that a girl has on her shoulders, it cannot be divided into 50-50. It's always about that. So what do you think on that?
Yeah, I think so far anyone I have seen, they don't even know, or they don't have the idea of how much women are even doing, because we are all of us, like any one of us, we are actually not just balancing our work, but we are also balancing a lot of minor things, multitasking a lot of times. So yes, definitely it is not 50-50. And yes, men are also working in their ways, and they are the bread earners. They are doing in their own ways. But somewhere the tasks that women are doing, so they have to multitask all the time. Maybe they are micro tasks. They are like making a tiffin, or they are like doing something small for the family, which is not counted a big thing. But still, somewhere their mind is totally occupied all the time.
Absolutely.
So
Yes.
yeah, so uh, that cannot be 50-50. Like if you attend office and then you come home and then you know that you have to relax now. You don't have to worry about something. That is different. But if you come home and then you know that there are 5 things lined up, you have to make sure that the fridge has all the things for tomorrow. You have to make sure a lot of different things are there. So obviously the tasks are very different. So it is not 50-50, and uh, unfortunately it is so difficult to count. Like when we count that what have you done, which is a very common thing. We have heard
Yes.
that what do you do all day.
Exactly.
So
That's what I was wanting to
yes,
highlight. That
yeah.
कि
So
क्या किया पूरे दिन में?
exactly,
That is the statement
right,
that many women have heard, many
right,
mothers have heard, and that is hurtful for them. Saying that कि पूरे दिन क्या किया
right,
is you like a man or even a son for that matter, if they question that, they should have, sat back with their mothers or their wives and have seen that, what are they
right.
doing in their entire day. And I think they might have not done, work pressure is different, but, managing your household is different. So I think,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah, so that matters a lot for women because their mind never stops. So there are like small incidents that she's trying to sleep, but she is more worried about at 6 what I have to make in the morning. Like, or
Correct.
so these things actually just keep ticking in her mind all the time. So these are not counted, unfortunately, and you don't have any means to count them, but they drive women's life. So it becomes very important. And I think they drive everyone's life around her, whole family's life.
Absolutely.
So one of the things is the best thing is that if you also involve men into these things, but it will take time because the society and even
Yes.
they were not trained from their childhood, so even they don't know about these things. And I think their emotions are also very different. Men and women's emotions
I
are
think
so
that
different.
saying is that men are from Mars and
Yeah.
women are from Venus. It's
Right.
absolutely correct. I think.
Absolutely. Then the way that women can think, what I have observed here is very different. Ego is very different in both of them, especially in the societies and in the earlier generations. We could
Yes.
really feel that. And obviously, we are more compassionate in some way or the other as women. So the way that they think is also very different. And yeah, I think that drives us very differently. I have tried to capture a few things here that ego is one of the things that drive us differently. Somewhere we have more empathy. Men have the understanding, but definitely they might feel more, competitive or why is she saying me this thing? Kind of, So one thing, and also that our being a woman, stress levels keep changing because of our body,
Hormonal
the hormonal changes and all those
Yes.
things happen, and these are not considered at all. These are like completely ignored in today's world. But however, they are part of every woman's life. So the kind of stress, the kind of reactions that we also do sometimes, so they all matter based on the the hormone cycles that we have. So I actually did some kind of research on that, and then I could understand that emotions do change that I have captured in the book as well. And also, we feel that wherever we are trying to compete with men, let's say in corporate world or in any other place, these things are completely ignored. That you have to do. But success is only measured by one criteria, which is equal to both men and women, and which is that how much are you earning or have you captured that milestone or not. So somewhere we are also trying to run a kind of race which is not equal at all levels,
Which
but
is
still,
unfair, I think.
yes, but still we are trying to run the race which is equal to men. And somewhere I really do feel that the definition is not right. I mean, there are so many stress levels, a lot of different things are there which are not compared. So somewhere this could have been captured in a better way, that this competition of just earning a milestone or just earning, let's say, this particular high salary is not the right milestone. I'm doing these 5 things differently. I'm also doing these things, these micro tasks. Are you able to do that? Or I'm very happy not working for 1 week in my this month because I'm also doing the other things, or my body, I want to rest based on my body. So these things are completely ignored, and we are just trying to run a rat race which is created by the society, that if you are doing this, then only you are successful, or then only you are equal to men. So yeah, I think should I continue, or because I just wanted to, because अभी मैं बात कर रही हूँ, so I could realize that this race is actually not equal at all in any terms. Because the definition of equality somewhere is not
It's not
balanced.
balanced.
Yeah,
It's not.
it's not balanced, because if we see that men's definition of success is so different. And somewhere I think we are at a loss. Somewhere women is at a loss altogether. They are ignoring what their body needs. They are ignoring what like the different kind of feminism or the dreams that they have. They just want to, like, the society has made that if you are doing what is equal to men, you are successful. But we are given with so many other things, right? Like we are given with more emotions and a lot of. We are given time to rest every month. We are given time to for a lot of things. When we become mother, we have more different hormones and emotions. We are not able to focus on those as well because of these society pressures and the things. So somewhere these should also be considered if we are trying to grow a more healthy society. That it's not necessary to compete on terms as what men have defined. It's very important to create your own space and define your own definition of success. That it's okay, I'm not working, but I am, spreading more compassion in the family, or I'm trying to bind everyone as a housewife. It's very important, or it's very important that I'm trying to take care of other aspects. So it's very important that they feel successful in that. If women feel that, no, I'm not less than anyone, I'm totally fine doing this.
I think adding on to this, I would, want to ask probably that there is one thing which women often face is after their maternity leave, the time of rejoining back to work. That's, I think I've heard from many women that it is a little difficult because you are on to a very long break, and then getting back to work, getting back to your job, getting job is another difficult task altogether. So how was it for you?
Yeah, that is totally true, actually. Um, we have this mom's guilt that comes somewhere, it becomes a mother's responsibility that how is she going to manage the child. So she has to balance all the other things, keeping baby's priority in mind. So, yes, that becomes very difficult. But somewhere men are also trying to right now contribute, but definitely their level of contribution is very less compared to what women are trying to do. And I think it will take time to evolve. But somewhere, even if that is done, what I feel is that they should be given more time to adjust into that rather than making it a struggle for them. If it is made easy and if it is made as part of the overall natural process, that yes, you will take time, you take your own time. Nobody is forcing you to just be equal to men. So that becomes very easy for you because this is how the society will run in the for the coming generations. We cannot ignore some things.
True.
So it's very important to give them space as well.
Right. And since we're talking about workplace, I would like to address this also that toxicity at workplace for women. How how can we lessen that or avoid that, because that is an additional burden I feel for a woman. Work is already there, work stress is there, but apart from work stress, this is another stress which is they have it in their subconscious probably. Some might not even let that out to their friends or family, thinking that कि मेरा काम बंद करवा देंगे या probably all of this. So how can we work on that?
Yeah. I think overall, if we see women's journey in corporate life, when women start as unmarried, they have a lot of dreams. I think equal to what other boys in the team and other men they all have. I would want to do this and that, but somewhere it slowly kind of fade away with once they get married, and then obviously now families are very much understanding. They do accept and understand that women have to work, but suddenly again when they have a baby, then obviously the pressures changes a lot. That no, you have to take care. So she's also ready that I have to think less about it. And as you said right now, that then there is another journey when she has to work alongside baby, and she has to manage her time, she has to manage her everything. So it is seen that those gaps become very heavy for women, and somewhere definitely her dreams they go down. This happens with a lot of women in corporate. Many might not even join after a baby is what is seen, and many, if even if they join back, then they have to consider a lot of things. So the dreams that they used to see, definitely that those dreams they change with time. But it's also like it's not about toxicity. It's about feeling equal or feeling, competitive within the same team, getting the right kind of opportunities, because she's really trying to work, give more time. Sometimes it is also seen that that what I wanted to say is that when they come back after the baby, their time becomes very precious. That even if they're working 5 to 6 hours, that they know that I have someone at home, so I have to really use my time very well. So they would want to really work more, is what I have seen usually. But still, somewhere it is not the level of pay that they get, or the level of opportunities that they get. It starts to change, is what we have seen in corporate or in other things. Only those who are just, forget about everything, or who are really lucky, I would say, or they have a great environment, or kind of things, so they are given an easy chance, or a good chance, fair chance to grow. Otherwise it becomes kind of tough for them also to manage. So yeah, the kind of toxicity comes up from the comparisons, or the kind of opportunities that they get. And I think over time they also adjust to it, is what we have seen, because they have so many other priorities to manage, like their child or their family or other things. So they are also okay with it, or yeah,
So, now you play multiple roles as a mother, as a wife, as a working woman. So, what is that one thing that you do to keep yourself, I wouldn't say distracted, but your happiness apart from all of these roles and activities? What is that one thing that you do to just be with yourself, spend time with yourself?
yeah. So I think that's a very tough question because sometimes you don't get chance to think about yourself, especially in today's world. It is such a stressful time. Life is so stressed all the time. Now we are bound to weekend life most of the times, but that becomes somewhere we have to make it a part of ourselves, that don't forget ourselves. I really need to respect myself. Everything that happens, I really need to depend on myself and respect myself. So that should not be a 1 hour or a 2 hour thing, but that should be part of attitude or life or habit, that I need to be with myself all the time, even if someone is there or not. And any decisions or any things that are happening on daily basis, or anything that is going on, so I respect myself for it. I'm ready to even if I'm doing any mistake, I'm ready to accept it, and then I'm ready to move on. So I think that is very important for me and myself, that whatever happens, or all the relationships that that keep going on, you are with yourself. It's very important being a woman. Otherwise, what happens? What I have seen is that we are very easily dragged by others with the burden of work and the responsibilities that we get. I have seen it with many people, that one who is a housewife, or they just don't know how they keep doing and working. Like our
Forget their
mothers,
existence,
yes,
their
they
own
forget their
existence.
existence. Absolutely, like we've seen in the past generations, right? And some who are actually not working, they are just busy in their corporate work. They don't know about how the child is growing. And it's no one's fault. It's very tough. It's not an easy life. But I think it's very important that you start saying no when you just cannot do it, or when you really need your own time. That no, I just want some half an hour's time, or I just want to go for a walk, I want to do something, so let me relax for a bit. And then respecting, ensuring that you at least respect others, or even if no one understands your work, then you say that yes, you did a good job, it was good. So I think those things really matter, and
I think
keeps
even
you.
when there are some plans, that you have to meet your friends or something like that, but there are many instances where, like, I have seen my mother, so कुछ plan आ गया and she has to go, but she always has that thing back of the mind that what about your dinner, what about your father's dinner, what about your grandmother's dinner? These are all things that she keeps on thinking, and then somehow that affects that oh, okay, let me, I'll go some next time.
Right.
So
Absolutely.
that is what I have seen, and I think personally, I now being this generation, I would keep myself first as a priority, and I even tell her that. that we all will be doing by ourselves, but you also have to focus on what you will do, as because firstly you're a woman, you are my mother, but before that you're a woman.
Absolutely,
So
absolutely.
that is what I
Yes,
think.
you just said it. Actually, that is the thing, that you have to prioritize yourself.
Right.
And yes, our mothers, we have seen them, they have been so busy with their own lives. But I think meeting with friends just for a coffee makes a huge difference to us. And I think you have to build the whole family around it, that no, I want to go, or no, I want to do this. Like, I want to go for a walk every day. I want half an hour in a week, or sometimes I need to meet these people. So I think that calls for a shift, and everyone starts understanding once you also try to create your own space.
Exactly.
So everyone also starts understanding and learning that, okay, she's busy right now, or okay, she's doing this. So these small things make a positive change in the overall family. And what I have seen is that those women who give time for themselves, or also they prioritize themselves to a certain point, they are more happier, and they are more
Exactly, yes.
relieved in some way. They're less stressed. So it's a good thing for the whole family.
Yeah, and I think because too many things happen, and you need to I think rejuvenate yourself for
Right.
that. And the more happy the women of the family is, I think the more prosperity comes to that. Is what I believe.
Absolutely, because women have been working in so many micro things, and we really need some time for ourselves.
Yeah. So we'll start with the rapid fire round.
Okay.
First question is, one word that defines women.
Substance.
Okay. Strength or softness.
Both are necessary. Being a woman, both are a part.
Okay. Career or family or both.
Both.
One stereotype about women you want to break, or you think women should break.
That they are less important than men.
Right. That's quite deep if you think, actually, if you're reading on that.
Yeah.
Yes. One quality every woman should own unapologetically. Yeah. One quality every woman should own unapologetically.
Respect herself.
A woman who inspires you the most.
I think a lot of women in their own ways, be it a housewife, or be it a career woman, or yeah, I think a lot of women have inspired me.
Okay. Independence or interdependence.
I think both, really. Because independence is somewhere you build yourself, but interdependence is where you build the whole society or the family. So you really need to work in coordination sometimes with everyone, and make everyone understand what is needed. But independence is, if you are clear with yourself, it is also needed that you have clarity with your own self.
Right. Absolutely. One emotion women hide the most.
Their weakness, I would say. No, no, that is not weakness. One emotion that they hide the most. Mm, there's so many things that are coming. Yes, their pain or hurt.
Okay. One thing women should stop feeling guilty about.
If they go through any situation in life, if they go through any abuse or anything in life, it's not their mistake. So they should not feel guilty about the conditions that they go through.
Okay. One thing women should start doing for themselves.
And I think prioritizing for themselves as well.
Okay. One character from your book who you'd love to meet in real life.
Yeah, so I would want to meet the male character in the book, and to understand his perspective more.
Success for you is.
For me, success is to be really happy.
Okay. One message for women listening to this.
That you should always give importance to yourself as well, and try to balance your life with all the things around you.
Okay. One message for men listening to this.
Understand the changes and cope up with them. No, one second. to all the men around you that one message for all the men, right? That it's not easy to be with women if you understand their emotions well.
Okay. So,
Sorry, sorry. It's not difficult to be with women if you understand their emotions well.
okay. So, one advice you would like to give to all women, that how should they, just let out their emotions? As we spoke right now, one thing you said that it's important that you should not hide your pain. But how do women, just let it out?
Yeah, I think work for yourself and work in any anything that you like. Maybe just go outside, work in office, or if you like to do painting, just try to cultivate it as your work or a habit or something that will help you to earn your name or identity. Having your own name or identity gives you a lot of self-respect, boosts your confidence, and it's a kind of a big de-stressor just to forget about whatever is happening in life and then focus on yourself. So yeah, I think working is very important, not just for others, but for your identity and for your passion. It's important.
Right? You've translated your dreams into this by, making it in a form of a book. You are now a published author. There are many women out there who might have written something but are hesitant to, let it out in a form of a book, saying, is it good, is it bad, or how will it be, how will people judge it? So what do you want to tell them?
I think we should always give it a shot. It's very important, and I also say this to a lot of my friends and a lot of people that whatever you're thinking, just try to give it a shot. What will happen? The worst is going to be that you will fail. But I think that applies to men also. You have to try it at least once because this is life. It has given you this chance. So, yes, you should try everything that you feel you can do.
Right. As we spoke a lot about women, people will think that this book is just focused on women, which it is not. So, what do you want to tell to the viewers, male viewers, about the book? What are they going to get from the book?
Yeah, so I think this also revolves around how men's life is impacted by the changes that are happening with women's life and the kind of dreams that they have, the kind of conditions that they have. So actually, it also revolves a lot about around that. So earlier that we have seen that women or men they were driven mostly by the traditions and the rules that were there in the family and the society. That no, you just have to follow this. But suddenly, when they get married, things actually change. So with that, obviously now women are different. They have their own life, their own space. It's very important for men also to adjust with them and also understand that it's not just about living their own life, but living life together. It's very important, and how that changes with the dream of other person is very important. So I tried to capture a few things of how these things or the changes or the dreams that women have, they impact men's life as well.
Nice. Just one last question, a very hidden question, but what women want?
I think just whatever they have, all their dreams and passions, and I think they just want to be human, just like any other person. Not even more than men, not even less than men. They just want to be human, be equal, and live their life. That's what I feel.
Okay, that's it. And on that note, we conclude. Thank you so much, everyone, watching this. This is me, Isha, and we'll catch up in the next session.